What's up, guys? My name is Adam and this is Broke Man Finance. As you can tell, my background is definitely different than what it normally is, but that is because I am out of town for the next couple of weeks for some super secret training. But making money never stops, and neither do we. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be bringing you these videos from a very bland and boring looking background, but I know you don't tune in for the background or this face, although this is the face of an angel. The last video I did on some plant stocks, YouTube didn't like some of the verbiage I used, and let's just say, whenever I say plant, you should know what I'm referring to. In this video, I'm going to bring up a big concern that anybody that is thinking about investing in these plant companies, I'm going to bring up a big concern that you should be at least aware of. So make sure you watch this video so you fully understand a big concern when it comes to these plant companies for now. I think it's going to change in the future. Also, I'm going to bring up a couple companies that if I were looking at just getting into these plant stocks, the two that I would be highly considering right now based on their affordability and their potential for growth. A few months ago, I brought you 3 plant stocks that were all trading under $1.40 and 2 that were trading for under $1. Well, all of them are doing much better than that now, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But here's what I want to talk about first before we move on to the stocks, especially the people that are thinking about investing in SNDL, because it's got a lot of hype coming behind it from Reddit, although there has been a little bit of a sell-off here recently. Imagine investing in a plant company. They get robbed, and now all of their capital is gone, because all of their capital is literally physical cash. That is an actual concern that these businesses and companies are having to deal with right now because of banking issues. Have I invested? No, mainly because of this reason. Not the fact of the physical dangers of getting robbed, but the banking issues. But I'm thinking that's going to be changing soon with this new administration and the Senate and the House, all the political BS. So I think that this is going to change soon, and that it will be the determining factor if I put my money into this industry or not, because I'm waiting for this to change before I do. Because of the Biden administration coming into play, you've been seeing a run-up of these plant stocks because everybody is confident that over the next 4 years that there's a good chance that some things could be legalized in the plant world. I agree. And if that happens, you will see these companies probably become much more profitable. However, if they could do this one thing sooner than later, you would see a jump in share prices across the board of all of your favorite plant stocks. Now, the legalization of it on the federal side would open up everything in the banking industry. That's where there is a big hiccup and disconnect at from a company and organizational standpoint. Now, the legalization of it will be fantastic for plant investors. But if the banking restrictions can be loosened, then it's going to be an entirely new ball game. You see, banks are controlled federally. So even though a state may legalize certain plants, those plant companies can't use the banking system to house their money because it's a federal crime. So what has happened is these businesses are making bukus of cash. Bukus of cash. They can't put it in the banks, so what they're doing is they're getting these warehouses and these secret locations. They're putting these giant safes in there, even hiring ex-special forces and military to try to secure this money. They can't put it in the bank, so they've got to house literally physical cash. Now, if I'm a bad guy and I know this building over here has an enormous amount of money, what am I thinking? So that is an entirely other issue that these businesses and companies are having to deal with, and that's that high probability that somebody's going to try to rob them and cause them physical harm because they know they have these hordes of cash. For that reason alone, I have been very reluctant to do any investing of real money, as far as like a long-term position with any plant-based company. And if a bank were to do business with a plant-based company, it is aiding and abetting. No banks wants to take on that chance. So they leave all these things alone, and these guys are just basically left to fend for themselves. I was dead ass serious when I said that your favorite plant company could literally be robbed of their cash and then poof, that capital was gone. What do you think the share price is going to do? Think about it like this. Nobody wants to become a robbery or kidnapping target. Nobody wants to be paid under the table with cash their entire career. Colorado alone took in $2 billion in revenue just last year. Now think, that's $2 billion in cash that's just floating around. And if there is a robbery, do you know how hard it is for police to prove whose money is whose? It's damn near impossible. Now, Democrats control pretty much everything in government right now, and things are looking like they are about to reapproach these banking laws to help out these plant companies. If that happens, I fully expect to see some plant company share prices jump significantly. Let's revisit the 3 companies that I mentioned a few months ago, and let's see if we would still rate them a buy. There is one that's been getting an enormous amount of hype lately, and the one I'm referring to is Sundial Growers, ticker symbol SNDL. Growing safe and consistent plants isn't something we take lightly. Our customers trust us to deliver a variety of high-quality products and to help them make informed decisions. We honor that trust by filling our world-class growing facilities with world-class people, experienced growers, researchers, quality assurance specialists, and more. All experts in the art and science of growing plants. Now, analysts and other people close to the company has even said that the company was in a death spiral. However, with this rejuvenated capital coming in by way of retail investors and Reddit forums, could that be enough to turn this company around? When I mentioned them the first time, they were trading for around 49 cents per share, and as of now, they are just north of $2. But they did have a drop off recently because I think it even ran up over $4, and so I can only assume a pretty decent sized sell off and profit scalping occurred. In the last video, I mentioned I was bearish on SNDL, and that's not the one that I would start a position in if I were going to. That still hasn't changed. I think what's happening right now is just a lot of hype on these Reddit forums, and they've pushed the share price up. Now they've sold off a lot of people, and they've scalped those profits. SNDL, Sundial Growers, they're going through legal issues. Their financials are terrible, and they are just not in a good place that I see future success coming from, as opposed to some of these other ones that I feel like are in a better position to earn profits much, much sooner. Now, people that's put their life savings in this thing and that are super bullish on it, they're not going to like that, and they may just hit that dislike button. That is certainly your prerogative. But before you do that, let me give you 2 other companies that I think are in a better position than Sundial to do better things. HEXO, ticker symbol HEXO, is no longer a penny stock, but it is still at a reasonable price. And when I made the video, they were trading for around 98 cents. And this was one that I liked. They are now trading for over $7.52, but that is not some huge run-up. You have to remember they did an 8-to-1 reverse split, which artificially inflated the share price. But they are still up around 150% at around there since then. Think about this. A dry plant-based product is going to become oversaturated like any raw commodity. It will be the more innovative companies that stick around. Are edibles becoming more popular? Yes. Now, who has the best edibles and the most options? That's the companies that's going to be a winner. HEXO has been a leading player in developing plant-infused beverages. The company has developed a line of drinks under its Trust banner in Canada. This is currently the leading line of plant-infused beverages in the country. Trust operates as a partnership between Molson Coors, ticker symbol TAP, and HEXO. With legalization looming, this could be a massive revenue earner for a company like HEXO, and another reason if I were looking for a plant company at a reasonable price, I would look at HEXO. The other one that I would look at is Organigram, and that is another one that's still trading at penny stock levels. When I first mentioned Organigram, they were trading for $1.33 per share. Now they are trading for $3.88 at the time of this filming. Founded in 2013, Organigram first began as a medical plant provider. Today, the company is focused on producing high-quality, indoor-grown plants for patients and adult recreational consumers in Canada, as well as developing international business partnerships to extend the company's global footprint. What I like about Organigram is their product selection, and they still have their hands in the medical side of plants too. You can see here some of the products, and they mentioned they have 53 new SKUs launched. They have vapes and chocolates, and I like that they have numerous revenue earners and are continuing to grow. They could become a main competitor of HEXO with their plant-infused drink mixes. If I were brand new into investing into plant companies, these are two that I would really be looking at because I think they have a lot of growth potential over the next few years. And two, they're at a very affordable price right now. They could legitimately 10 times their money, and I know YouTubers say that all the time. They just kind of throw that number around. But honestly, over the next few years, these companies could 10 times your money. No question. So if you're thinking about investing in this industry, then make sure you're paying attention to the banking regulations that is surrounding the plants in the United States. Because once that gets lifted, it's going to legitimize a lot of the businesses and companies and a lot of people that are nervous, like myself, as far as putting their money into this industry. It's going to put a lot of people at ease, and you're going to see these share prices jump up substantially. And I think you're going to see these companies grow at a much faster rate. But let me know what you're looking at in this industry in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know about HEXO, Organigram, SNDL. As always, I hope those stocks stay green. I hope you stay safe, and hope everyone out there takes care. And hopefully I can get back to my normal setup soon so you don't have to look at these bland walls. But there is this face.